Okay, I think we're live. Hello everyone, 8-Bit Amethyst streaming to you live from the East Coast. Time is now 12:54 p.m. and we're going to go ahead and hop into some Humankind. And I'm going to preface that by saying I lost my game save. Like I ran into like a bug with an update. So I had to nix it. I had to nix it, and it hurt. It hurt. But you know, at least I had the opportunity to start fresh. So I had to restart, and we're continuing from that game that I had to restart from. So that's what's going on. Let's get it. And I might, depending on like how long I want to run with that soundtrack, I might keep it going. But Humankind's got a pretty great soundtrack too, so. And let me turn off email only. This is an anti-hate rate measure. Why I did that. But as far as we know, Twitch is doing something about it. They are filing a lawsuit against 2 of the hate raters. And they're in the EU. But if anyone can get them, it's going to be them. Hold on, I gotta report a bot real quick. All right. So let's get it going. Alright, so we are playing as the Maureen's today. McMain, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Did you watch the race today? I haven't yet, but I'm going to. Even though I have a pretty good idea how it ended after the sprint race. But let's what's up, my man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Sup, nerd? Yeah, no, playing a Forex game on just a random Sunday for sure. And thanks for the subscription, my man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, you should. It's exciting. There's a lot of drama, let's say. Ooh, drama. Okay. So I'll be sure to do that after stream for sure. And not sure if you're in the Discord. I'm gonna drop a link here. 1 second. But we can talk more about Monza there as well. But yeah, it's good to see you, Valessima. I hope you've been well. Hope last week's gone well for you. But yeah, it's definitely exciting. Just the season's really heating up. A lot of moves. You know, Russell finally announced to Mercedes. Bottas is going to Alfa Romeo. Albon's coming back. I like Albon, so I'm really glad that he's coming back. He's going to Williams. Yeah, a little game of musical chairs, if you will. All right, let's see what we got here. At 928 gold, do I want to buy this right now? So I can drop 207 gold. That's a bit steep. I don't know, because like I have luxuries already. So I think I'm gonna hold off on that. This new Civ update looks dope. Oh man, too funny, too funny. But yeah, no, it's heavily inspired. It's heavily inspired by Civ. And I, for one, really like the direction they went with this game. So like, you know, the obvious question is, well, compared to Civ, is it better? Is it worse? I feel like this game has had the benefit of being able to stand on the shoulders of giants, so to speak. So I think that this game does everything Civ does really well, and then it also does the things that Civ doesn't do so well really well. So in my opinion, I would say that for some people this game would definitely be better. My thing is this: if you are a fan of Amplitude games, if you've played Endless Space, Endless Legend, if you've played those games, you're gonna feel right at home with this game, and you kind of already know like how they do Forex games, where they kind of tell more of a story, whereas Civ kind of feels like a board game, and that to me makes them like their own thing, right? So I would still play Civ. I will still play Civ. But this is something different, it's fresh, it's unique, and I like it. Personally, I think Humankind has too much color if they toned it down a touch. Ah, I see what you're saying. So, it's kind of like just, like in the literal sense, like just a little too vivid, or, in the figurative sense, like just too much flavor, if you will, like just the aesthetic and how they allow you to progress through the game. We do want to focus science, that's for sure. I'm trying to remember what the particular ideological slant of my Civ is. So I chose them because I need more Era Stars, like I'm behind in the Era Star race. So I don't think it would hurt me if I were to invest in science. It just pops out there. My eyes are easily assaulted. Yes, yes. Okay, I see your point. Yeah, it is. It is very, very colorful and vivid, especially compared to Civ. Like this game does, it does shock the senses, for sure. And I think one motivation for that is because Civ kind of went with a more cartoony like style, which I like. You know, I do appreciate like the seriousness of Civ 5, but Civ 6 just feels fun, you know? And the characters, the leaders are all like cartoonish, and it just kind of fits with that board game like aesthetic. Whereas this game is like, okay, we're gonna try to build a more sim like experience. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. But yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. Like the colors are like really, really rich and really vivid, perhaps too vivid. All right, +5 faith per number of tax territories, +5 science on strategic resource deposit. Okay, that's good because we have a couple of those, and I actually need to build more. Let's see what our cities are doing. So this is like the whole of our empire right now. Civ 7 is just going to be real people in cycles and scenes of acting. That's true. Civ 7's literally going to be that. They're literally just going to hire actors and, just have them interact with each other in real time, which they could totally do that, and that would be cool, actually. Because the leaders all, like, they read off a script, they say, like, the same things. So, yeah, they could totally do that. Like, have real actors play as these leaders. I think it would make some real meme-worthy content, you know? That'd be pretty cool. Alright, 176 points. Nah, 176, and I'm getting 6 every turn. If I remember correctly, I think there was another settlement I was trying to build. But, there's nowhere else for me to build, except maybe out here. The territory out here. Alright, let me check my main city here. Because if anything, I can start thinking about turning one of my border cities into an actual city. So yeah, I can actually do that right now. So let me just take a look here at our yields. Time to go make a Civ mod with me dressed up doing VOs for each region. That would be sick. I would download that and I would boost the fuck out of that. If you were to do that, that would be hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, I could picture it now. I could picture it now. That would be awesome. And the Civ mod community is so great. Like thanks to them, they've added hundreds of hours worth of gameplay. Like, once you've mastered the normal game, or even if you didn't master the normal game, like, the mods are just insane. Like, just the amount of stuff that you can do. Alright, so that's how you disband units. Okay, yeah. I need horses and iron. Okay. So it might actually behoove us to start exploring this region. But I'm building more military units here, so I don't want to just jump on that. I'd make Venice sound really needy and desperate. True, yeah, Venice and Venice would fit, especially if you look at what Firaxis did with Venice in Civ 5. I think they were the one Civ that you had to build one city. You couldn't build more than one city. You could have puppet states, but you couldn't actually have a city. And I thought that was a really interesting Civ, and it made for some unique challenges for sure. Let's take a peek out here just to make sure that no one's encroaching on this territory, because these 3 territories are neutral. So while I could, kind of boost productivity by converting Asterope to one of my cities, I am not going to do that just yet. What I want to do instead is settle these regions here, and I'll have some buffer if our friends here to the east decide that they hate me. The Persians. Played so many hours of Civ 5, loved that game with my ex-friends. Yeah, man, Civ 5 was, and still is, one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion. There's no other game I put more hours into that wasn't an MMO. And MMOs are, like, long and grindy by nature, so of course, you're gonna put more time in them. But, aside from that, yeah, like Civ 5 was my go-to game. The mods, the flow of the game, the soundtrack, I just loved everything about it. And so Civ 6 at launch fell short in a lot of ways of Civ 5 at launch, but it got better. I think with the latest DLC that they've added, um, and allowing you to kind of like see the consequences of global warming and climate change, and the actions that you take early game, and how you have to try to like make up for that in late game is all really interesting stuff. I think that was a really good DLC. But that's kind of the thing, like, Civ 6, you do need those DLCs to like really appreciate, or to really get like a good solid game. Whereas Civ 5, you didn't need the DLCs, but the DLCs made the game better, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure if I built a harbor yet. I got Civ 6, didn't play it, couldn't get into it. Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. A lot of people felt that way. I actually, I bought it, played it a little bit, put it down, didn't touch it for months. I actually started playing Endless Space after I got Civ 6. And I was just playing that almost exclusively. But yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. It just didn't have the same kind of appeal. Like, there was a lot of things that Civ 6 was missing at launch. Now, if you can get the DLCs on sale, highly recommended. I think with the DLCs, it's a playable game. It's a great game with the DLCs. I would go so far as to say that it's outstanding. But you need the DLCs, and that's kind of like the issue with Civ. Like, each DLC is like a piece of the whole game, and once you have the DLCs plus the base game, then you have like the full version of what that is. But I never felt like that playing any of Amplitude's games, like Endless Space, Endless Space 2, Endless Legend. They have DLCs, sure, but the base games are so well crafted that you really don't need the DLCs. It's not like Fire Access where you kind of do. A weave of iron and blood. In recognition of your elevated status on the world stage, a great artist has been accompanying you and your retinue as you travel the Empire and beyond. Now, many months later, the artist and their team have completed a great masterpiece, a brilliant tapestry that stretches the length of the palace. In its embroidered scenes are depicted great glories, marvelous cities, and the people's elevation of your rule. How should such a marvel be used? Let's see. Do we hang it, divide it, or sell it? Gold I could use. Actually, but it may anger the citizens. I don't want to make the citizens mad. We'll hang it. Like, I'm not at war with anyone right now, so dividing it would be kind of pointless. But patriotic gives me negative 20% yield. Cost, not yield. That would be bad. Negative 20% cost on military units, which I want. What's your Steam? 67798 is there. Okay, yeah. Let me add you. Real quick. Hold on. Pull up my notepad here. And I will go ahead and don't look at my profile, please. It's embarrassing. Fair enough. Fair enough. I will go to add friend, and then I will add you via code. Okay. And I didn't look at your profile. And I did not look at your profile. But I have updated mine, so I'm kind of like bragging about it a little bit. I guess I can show the stream. There's really nothing on here that stream doesn't already know. The greater community doesn't already know. But yeah, I just cyberpunked it. I bought it using Twitch points and ended up here. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I might stream some Cyberpunk one of these days. I mean, I got a beefier GPU, so I should be able to manage better frame rates. But you know, I already put like 180 hours into it, so I want to like play something else. That includes hovering my name. I will know. Meh, Cyberpunk bleh. Yep, exactly. Exactly. It was definitely, it did not meet the hype for sure. I'm one of those weirdos that actually enjoyed the game at launch, despite all the bugs. But I totally understand where people are coming from. And if you bought the game on console, you got screwed. And I'm not gaslighting anyone who, bought the game on console. I knew it was going to be bad on console. I just had like a premonition, a gut feeling. So I made sure to get it for PC. But yeah. That is the appropriate reaction. Alright, so we've got a choice to make here. I think I'm pretty satisfied with everything else that we have so far. So let's build an obelisk here on the coast. That's going to take 45 turns to complete, but I think we can get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Now, our population is low because I built all of these military units. That should go up. If we look at our population yield, I'm going to gain one pop in one turn, and then that resets. And so, as you can see, it dropped from 45 to 33 because that extra pop. Pop matters. Okay. Acknowledge that. So N10's losing population, but N10 isn't a full city yet, so I'm not going to worry about N10 right now because the pop will go up. In Civ, pop had a little more of a penalty than in this game. Like, you can lose pop and you get pop right back, whereas Civ, like, it took quite a bit of time to get your pop back once you lost it, but it was also harder to lose pop. And if you were using a satellite city, then you don't really have to worry about it. Like, the game doesn't really punish you. But this game, they will notify you, like, hey, your people in this territory are starving. So it is different. Also, what you saw there was a curiosity. Okay, so we've got another follow here. Yeah, that's actually weird. That just came in. I thought I saw that on my phone. And JJ Builds as well. Thanks for the follow. Alright, let's see here. Population loss. Controlling newly conquered lands requires more effort than one might think. Logistical concerns like supply chains and administration are key to make conquest successful. Alright, so this is just us going down a tech tree. If you're familiar with Civilization, you know how this process works. You basically just trying to get down the tech tree before everyone else. Now, the way that this game does victories is a little different from Civ. Civ, there's a fixed goal that you need to reach, whereas in this game, it's all about how much fame you can generate for your empire. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And right now, I'm doing a terrible job. Because I haven't gotten any stars yet. Granted, I just went 3 turns, but you want to get as many stars as you can to advance to the next era. Whereas in Civ, it's all about your technological development. That's what advances you to the next era. Okay. So because we've settled next to the Persians, it's going to fall under their cultural sphere of influence. In Civ, you would lose a city. In this game, as far as I understand it, they get certain benefits from doing it, but you don't actually lose that city. Okay, religious tolerance. What is the Empire's outlook on other religions? So we can go with religious hostility. Or we can go with open-minded. However, I have 174 influence. I'm going to spend that instead on turning one of these into a city. So if I were to do that for Anka, that'd be 160. Astropi, 160. Mosafine isn't built yet. Let's see what the cost is going to be. Alright, as a curiosity, it gives us plus 30 influence and plus 40 science. Okay. Let's see here. 160. Alright. So now I have a choice. This one has good access to the ocean. Plenty of greenery, so it has a lot of growth potential, and it's also next to some mountains, which we could potentially mine. I think this is a strategic resource. Yeah, that is a strategic resource that we can extract. And this is a luxury resource as well. So that could potentially be beneficial. Over here, we have 2 luxury resources that we can annex and bring into our empire. And Astropi has just 1. Papyrus deposit. If we go here, Rassel Gethi, just 1 strategic resource, and we're already extracting the papyrus. I think, well, let's see Intan. Okay, so the Persians want this, which could potentially be a problem. And we also have access to silk as well. So I think I'm going to convert this to a city. Alright. And it borders with my main city. That's pretty much what we wanted to do. So now, because we're bordering with the Persians, first things first, we'll go ahead and build a pottery workshop. Once the pottery workshop is done, we'll need to build palisades for city defense. And then we can invest in greenery. And then we'll just see where we are. So I'm not going to add too much more to the queue. And now we need to see how much it's going to cost for us to settle this region. Okay, Astropi's population is falling. And
welcome. What do you seek?
Let's see. So they've become tyrannical. And their war support against us is 100%. So we could expect them to attack us at any time. So We do have some trade agreements, but Inton is pretty poorly defended right now. So they could sack it pretty easily. Capital is the empire's true seat of power, but now other cities with energetic populaces rise to prominence. Their leaders and other influential figures want sway over the empire's affairs, and the question of who wields power must be answered. Okay, so let's see details. Let's see. Enact autarch. The absolute will of the leader should not be diluted. So that's going to take us towards autocracy. And so here's the difference: liberty versus authority, right? Do we want to be a liberal society or do we want to be an authoritarian society? And then, of course, there's the small council, which is going to push us more in the liberty direction. So the question is, do we want power centralized? So this will add stability. We're already at max stability. So +1 city cap, we're going to go for that. That's going to allow me...
Most problems eventually yield to the onslaught of more brains.
It's going to allow me to add more cities to my empire without incurring penalties. So if you're familiar, you see this little city cap up here. The higher that is, the better. The more cities I can actually manage and control. Otherwise, I have to resort to satellite states or outposts, if you will. Civ has a similar mechanic. It had a theoretical cap as well, but it wasn't clear. So in Humankind, it tells you you can only sustain 4 cities. Endless Space worked the same way. It will tell you can only support this many planets. But in Civ, it's just mathematical formula. In Civ 5, it's mathematical formula. You would just have to know, okay, can I take another penalty by adding this city to my empire? Whereas in Civ 6, there's no penalty whatsoever. You can build as many cities, as many, like, the game encourages you to make as big of an empire as possible. Which is one thing I like about Civ 6, but it took time for me to like get out of that Civ 5 way of thinking, that ultra conservative, you know, steady as you go way of thinking. And like embrace chaos, which is what Civ 6 is. So I like the change. Alright, so we can actually annex this territory with 60 influence as well. We need to put the brakes on this project, and we need to build more military units. So we have horses now. So Samnaya? Yeah, these guys look pretty beefy. They take 2 pop to build. And then, what's their movement? Their movement is 6 movement. So, we can probably just pair them with scout horses. And then we'll just move them up to Inton. Because the Greeks are already mobilizing. Now, we would have the numbers if they were to attack. I don't think they're going to attack just yet. But they're thinking about it. You just know. You just know. Okay, looks like the Persians are skirmishing.
To what do I owe this pleasure?
Let's see. So I can demand 800 gold. I'm going to forgive him.
Your behavior is far from perfect, but I am magnanimous.
To be blunt, no.
So yeah, they claim the territory on our border. And if we look here, this is the territory here that they are claiming. Which they can, you know, which they can do. But I would rather not fight a two-front war. But they are further ahead than me. Like, as you can see, their era score is almost maxed out, and I haven't even gotten my first star yet. So, they know that they're ahead. Alright, so we'll go ahead, move assets here, and end deployment. Alright. We still took the bulk of that damage, but
I'm on it.
we can wall them off. Even if they break through here, they'll be flanked on both sides.
Over this way. Charge!
So yeah, the scouts are pretty, you know, efficient, a lot more efficient than the scouts in Civ. Because, you know, you can actually build like a mini army of scouts, whereas in Civ, the scout was just a dog and a person with a stick, basically. So yeah, it's a little different. All right, so that was a pretty successful battle, and that gave us some increased war support. So if we go back to that, as you can see, our war support just went up, and we can maintain Cold War status with the Persians, because that'll give us the opportunity to continue to build up war support. And war support is important, because if you do go to war with a country, you can only stay in war as long as you have war support. Once your war support hits 0, you automatically have to broker peace. That is a huge difference from Civ, in which you can almost stay at war indefinitely in Civ. However, if you turn down a peace treaty, your warmonger penalty goes up, right? So you have to think about balance, you know. Can you afford to take a hit to your reputation? Because in Civ, if your warmonger penalty is too high, Civs won't even want to trade with you. Even if they have the same ideology, they just won't want to deal with you because they don't trust you. I don't know to what extent this game will allow you to do that, and to what extent you're going to have to suffer penalties. But we're learning. Like, I still have to learn this game. You know, I bought it at launch, but I haven't had the time to like really sit down and sink my teeth into it. Alright, we're back in home territory. So we're still in need of iron. Alright, I need some more strategic resources. So those are the Persians right there. They're hanging out.
We'll stay here.
You guys heal up, because I think you're gonna need to do another skirmish. Now, we were notified that we were being plundered, but as you can see, the cost jumps up tremendously just going from 1 to 2. But we're being ransacked right now because we don't have any defenses. An unrelenting deluge of rainfall lashes down upon the great city of Pataliptra. I know I butchered that. And the surrounding lands. If the rains don't stop soon, the banks of the great river that threads through the city will burst, flooding the adjacent quarters. With limited time and resources, the choices are stark. What do you do? Alright, gotta protect the city. Even if we didn't need to spend that gold. You know, better safe than sorry.
Come, relax. Let us speak honestly.
Okay, so they annexed the Independent City.
Your behavior is far from perfect, but I am magnanimous.
No, this cannot be countenanced.
Yeah, they're making plays. They're making big plays.
I warn you, do not deceive me.
So their war support's at 100%. If we go ahead and pull up. So yeah, their demands are basically, you know, is what's giving them that bonus. At least that's what the game is explaining. Note that your war support will increase with each demand you accept. Having more unanswered demands than your opponent raises your side's war support for each turn, as your people get impatient waiting for a response. So she wants Intan and she wants Vasalgethi. I'm not going to give her Vasalgethi. Let's see if I can give her Intan. And she's already ransacked it.
Once again, you show how inadequate you are.
I spoke in haste. The demands are withdrawn.
Okay.
We thank you. We almost feel kinship with you.
So she could still come and take it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take advantage. We actually aren't on those good of terms. We have a luxury trade agreement, but we do not have a strategic resource trade agreement. So to move to trade everything, that's what we'd have to do. Now, as far as their view of us, they have maximum war support. Let's see, inclusive and minus 25 cost on assimilate, so that kind of makes sense. No matter the cost, deeds follow words. A good plan is a plan you can change when needed. This is true. All right. So right now we're on closed borders. So her just being here is potentially a problem. Just kind of like she broke the treaty there. But she is interested in, you know, just straight up conquering it, which she could. She most definitely could do that. We just sold a resource.
Listen, those lands do not belong to you.
Such disappointment. Such treachery. I'm speechless.
Yeah, but if I see that, then she's like literally right in. Like I would rather cede Intan and give her that territory than I would Rasagethi. Because Rasagethi borders, you know, like my my capital. So
Damn my charitable nature.
So nice when things are good for me and bad for you.
I do love this banter between the two. Civ did not have banter. Like you made choices and then the AI would just respond to you. Whereas in this, your avatar talks to the AI leader, which is a really cool change of pace. And none of the other Endless games even had that feature too. So I hope like with Endless Space 3, Amplitude keeps that. I think that's a really cool feature. It adds to immersion. Let me go ahead and do a quick save because we do not want to have a game crash and then lose all this progress. Even though we really haven't made much progress per se. The Mayans.
A delight to see you again.
Okay, so we're at peace with the Mayans. I think, and we're like 100% kinship. I think it's a good idea. Cannot be done with an empire which is a vassal. Okay, so the Mayans are vassals. They're vassals to the
Hello.
Persians.
It's so amusing to hear from you.
So, if anything, we could potentially, I don't know if the game will allow us to, but we could potentially liberate the Mayans. Because they're vassals, we can't really do much. Yeah. Well, they're vassals of the Persians. This is Persians annexed them basically. But it could have been a mutual agreement, so like I'm just assuming that it was against their will, but you know, they could have consented to the vassalage. Alright, it doesn't look like I have the ability to extract that resource just yet, so we'll have to wait on it. The Great Dyke was constructed in rapid time at your behest, and a provident choice it turned out to be, too. The Doge didn't relent, but despite the endless rains, Pataliputra, Pataliputra, and its people and property remained safe, only suffering some wet and shivering skin. Better yet, the farmland became even more fertile in the rain's aftermath. Okay, so that was the right decision. A good use of funds. And that, boys and girls, is how government is supposed to work. New grievance available.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Alright, we're gonna make a
I will
demand.
not ignore what you have done without a good reason.
Who do you think you are?
Okay. And then we're going to refuse.
Once again, you show how inadequate you are.
Circumstances have changed. I withdraw my demand.
Thank you for admitting the reality of our relative positions.
Alright. I would rather not fight with the Greeks. I really wouldn't. The reason why is because Persia is going to be the civ to beat. Okay. They've already have one vassal state. They're cruel and militaristic and imperialist. I do not want to go to war with the Greeks. However, push comes to shove, I will. But the obvious question is, with what army, right? Because this is it. This is my army right now. Wait, hold on, hold on. Yeah. I should have been like building that 3 turns ago. Because I need to raise more military units. But you're gonna keep making those demands, and we're gonna keep refusing them. Okay, so Passaron. But we are pretty good as far as kinship's concerned. So let's praise him and give him money. Give him lots of money. And I'll dump all my influence and gold. Because we're so ideologically aligned, it doesn't really make sense for me to attack them. Especially considering that Persia would just use that as an excuse to isolate me more. So we have room for one more unit. I can move these guys to the south. And what I'm going to do instead is we'll just add one more warrior to the queue. And then we'll just swap them out like that. That'll take us 5 turns. Siege tactics research. Whether a siege is an attritional campaign or direct assault, effective tactics can be the difference between success and failure. So my issue right now is I don't have the resources I need to like exploit things. So Imperial power could come in handy. I don't think I'm going to invest in that right now. Invest in selling, fortifications, hydrology, craftsmanship, probably not so important. Rhetoric we do want. We need more cultural output. We need more cultural output. Alright. Those are Greek armies. They mean business.
Sovereign, how can I help you?
But again, ideologically, we should be friends, honestly.
Sometimes my temper makes me impulsive. Let's try again.
Come, we should celebrate.
Okay. So I guess they are of Greek, of Greek descent. But we're gonna lose that luxury resource if we do cede. So I still refuse. I don't want to cede.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Frontiers of humankind are expanded by the revelation that bodies of water can be mastered with the use of sailboats. Alright, we finally got our first Aerostar. Let's see. Expansionists. We could probably start attaching some of these surplus territories. Because I think you have to spend money to attach and then spend money to detach. So we'll just annex Asterope. And then this city here we can attach to Anka. Alright, so that will kind of help us deal with our land and territory problem. Of course, you have to spend resources to do that, and you can only connect to one outpost if I'm not mistaken. So there are her forces, and she's actually ransacking it. But I'll still hold on to it. We'll see. Part of me is like, yeah, just seat the city, but I'm like one. Like my army's right here. So we would be outnumbered for sure. It's gonna take us 4 turns to get here. Wait. Oh. Well, actually, you guys can stay. Stay where you are. Am I not able to bond these two together? Maybe not. Thought I had room for an extra one, a 5th unit. Alright, we got looted.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
My demand for reparations was justified. Think carefully.
Horse dirt!
Alright, so yeah, they were able to link up.
Follow me.
She said horse dirt. I love it. A hollow victory. After a protracted battle for Hagmatana, your armies forced themselves from the gates only to be greeted by a grisly sight. Many of the inhabitants lay of the besieged city. Many of the inhabitants of the besieged city, men, women, and children alike, lay dead in the streets and hovels, bodies still and lips blue. A scout, sniffling an uncorked vial, offers a grim prognosis. They chose death over your rule. The victory feels hollow. How should the dead be handled? Respect. Even though their actions were unfathomable, they should still be accorded their traditional rights. Discard, cart their bodies away, and burn them on a pyre outside, even if your citizens call you callous. I'm gonna respect the dead. They didn't know what kind of rulers we'd be. Designed to protect cities from invaders and solidify peacetime rule, fortifications play an important strategic role in the development of regional powers. Okay, so N10's being ransacked as well. Alright. We're at Cold War status, so I'm gonna take advantage of this time to attack.
No mercy. Let's go. All together.
Yeah, range guys are the squishiest. Shield guys have defense, so we'll Try to put as much of a hurt on them as possible. Let's see, attack unit, defend. Yeah, they did big damage. Alright, we can bring you here. We'll pincer these guys. So now their camp's open, we can actually go for the cap. Which would probably be most prudent, actually. I think that makes better sense. But we can just steamroll these dudes, especially these guys. Alright, they're out of moves.
Come on! No fear. Let's fight! For your families.
And that's how it's done. And so now the Greeks want reparations.
Pay or suffer. Ugh.
And they
You made me
can...
angry enough to burst into flame.
Yeah, it's like we're so ideologically similar, we would be like the best of friends. But you know, sometimes you know, you're enemies before you're frenemies. So I'm not gonna back down from these guys because they took out 2 of my outposts. They're currently ransacking N10 now. And to spite them even more. Hey, Dream Hunter, what's up, my guy? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man? How you been? Blessimo was in here earlier. Chatting with him, he's doing pretty good. And another friend, McMain. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, just a easy day, chill day. Got volley body. Volley body, man. It's the best body. That's the good body. And trying to do some work. Oh, okay. What are you working on? Okay, so the mausoleum is the only one that's left, but we'll claim it. More Zach stuff. Creative writing is is be hard. Yeah, creative writing sucks. It really is tough, especially when you're writing for other people. I mean, even when you're writing for yourself. I mean, like, you know me, I've started several writing projects, and like I still will work on them every blue moon and just add a little bit more. But I'm just not in a mental space to be able to commit to just really doing it and just doing the damn thing and getting it done, which, you know, sucks because how else is it gonna get done? But at the same time, you can't force these things, But yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And like my whole body hurts. I've done 3 days of Pilates in a row, and like I'm sore everywhere, just literally sore, and it sucks. All right, maybe we'll get to the point to where, yeah, I've actually filled that up. So those are the Mayans, the Persians. I would like to bring them under our sphere. But of course, if the Persians attack them, then that's going to be a different story. Let me run to the bathroom real quick, though. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, we are back. Alright, so Aztecs.
That is a border. This is trespass. Next is retribution.
So they want
The
end
clothes
too,
of a ruler and the mind of a child.
but I will refuse.
Things change. Demand withdrawn.
Some of us are born to rule. The others are like you.
The shade. The shade.
Here is a proposal to get your heart racing. The proposal is sloppy. My answer is no.
This is what you wish to do? You set things in motion.
You fix the situation, or you suffer for it. Insulting. Revolting.
Becca, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's Genshin going for you? I thought I caught it Mandev's Discord. You were discussing some tech with TSM. I'm still learning. Like I'm new. I'm new to Genshin, even though I put in like 4 days straight of continuous gameplay trying to grind up to adventure rank 20 so I could get Aloy. So yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to like learn all of this stuff now. Not bad. Okay, that's good. That's good. There is so much. Yes, yes. I am learning that. Like, you think on the surface it's just a happy-go-lucky cutesy RPG. No, 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 no. It is not. It's got layers. It's got layers. Hydrology research. Underpinning important advances in civil engineering, hydrology offers basic theories regarding the flow of water and the water cycle. Nice. Alright, what do we get? Watermill, artificial reservoirs, and an aqueduct. Aqueducts are good.
The snake approaches.
My demand for reparations was justified. Think carefully.
I will not tolerate this.
Proposed that both empires abandon their demands and return to a stable diplomatic state. Previously suspended trade and border agreements will be reinstated. Okay, so I'm gonna let that rock so I can fill up my war support. Now it could backfire and she could just like get pissed and say, you know what? We're going to war. And I mean, we're already at Cold War status, so it wouldn't be like the end of the world. But, you know, I'd rather avoid that. I'm leveling Aloy too. It's hard when all the enemies are 80 plus. True, true. So, like, does the enemies of the game scale with you? Or are there still, like, low-level zones, like if you go back to the starting area? And to upgrade her items and stats, you need to be in Inazuma. Really? How do you get there? Yes. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Because I thought I've explored all of the regular map, and there were definitely some places that I just had to run. Like I was definitely under leveled. I'm like, yeah, no shot. I'm gonna make it here. Nice pronunciation. Nice pronunciation on Inazuma. Thank you, thank you. I try. For every 10 names I butcher, I get one right. But yeah, so I have to keep that in mind that they do scale with you. So you're never really safe, you know. I could have these guys join with that unit, but I don't think I'm going to. I want to just create a separate unit. I need something that's fast, that can like react very quickly to threats. These are range units, so I'm going to need something a little beefier. Actually, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and add 2 horsemen as well. That's why I don't listen to English. They can't even get the European names right. True, true. Japanese dialogue all the way. TSM, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Subs over dubs. Subs over dubs all the way. You know, I haven't switched the voices to Japanese, but I'm actually curious. I'm gonna do that next time I play. I want to hear them. I cry when they say the Tartaglia. I don't even know if I said it right. Tartaglia? That's tough. That's tough. And I can completely understand. Tartaglia. Ah, Tartaglia. Okay. G is silent like lasagna. Ah, okay. Ah, that makes perfect sense now. It's so much easier to say when you don't try to enunciate the G. Tartaglia. Love it. Love it. I'm amazing, you know me and my crush getting coffee when she gets better. You know nothing big. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, tell us about coffee. It's Italian. Ah, oh, if only Valessima was here to hear that. Yes, you got it. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, I do want to learn more Italian. It's a beautiful language. Spanish, Italian. But for now, I just settle with like random cultural expressions. That kind of gives you some insight on how to enunciate some words, but it's no substitute for like actually studying it and getting good. I cry when they try to say about your Andrea. So you're gonna be meeting her in person soon? Stability changes over several turns. If a city receives a stability bonus or malus, it will take a few turns to reach the final equilibrium value. This delay allows you to find solutions when the city suffers a stability penalty before it becomes a severe problem. Okay. That's gonna take 30 turns, but it's kind of important. Farmer's Quarter. Build the harbor right there. Stone walls. Okay, so you pronounce it like a J. So have I been saying it right the whole time? Because I thought it was like Ibaj, like a J. It was just easier for me to have it roll off my tongue. But now now I don't know if I've been saying it right, and I've been saying it wrong all the time. This is where my settlement was. I think I'm gonna just put it right back there, despite her. Alright, and actually, let's see if we can build some more. Yeah, build some more scout riders. Let's see. We've got room for 3 more. I have 2 in construction. We'll just build a 3rd. That should be rolling out pretty quickly. Nah, yeah, I've been saying it wrong, but I don't ruin it because you look cute when you're trying. Thank you for being patient with us Americans. The funniest was IBJ. No, just IBJ. No, A. Oh, okay. So it's... Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm gonna butcher that. I'm gonna put... Because it's like... Do I pronounce the B? Like IBJ? Because I'm trying to think like in my head how would I enunciate that? Or is the J silent? Kind of like the G in lasagna. Tartaglia. Professional soldiers or conscripts?
This should improve efficiency and camaraderie, but it'll probably cause a lot of complaining.
You pronounce everything. Okay, so I'm just getting it wrong then. I'm just getting it wrong. I've gotta learn the Serbian enunciation. Transfer. Alright, so we did switch to conscripts. That's going to allow us to generate military units faster, although they may not be as efficient. We're gonna found a new outpost here because screw the Greeks. The Aztecs have declared war on the Maya.
Pleased to make your acquaintance again.
They're hesitant. Yeah, they're hesitant of us. So let's see. We follow different religions. Our ideological proximity is high. We've not interacted recently. We are much less powerful than them, and other empires attacking them. So they have a stronger military than we do. So why don't we go for a non-aggression pact?
Let us formalize our mutual appreciation.
Perhaps a financial incentive might.
I'll teach y'all Serbian. Don't rush me. That's a lot going on right now. Hey, no worries, man. No worries.
Lovely.
Aztec versus Maya sounds like history repeating itself again. True. This is history repeating itself. This is actually a canon game. Okay, so she wants 123 gold in exchange for a non-aggression pact. I am going to refuse that.
Once again, you show how inadequate you are.
I'm not surprised.
And the only reason I refuse that is because I don't really need the non-aggression pact. She's stronger than me, yes, but she's also under attack by the Aztecs. So if anything, it'll be easier to get her to just not attack me.
I hope our little chat is as unpleasant for you as it is for me.
Your demands have been refused, and your empires will go to war. Withdraw demands.
Sometimes my temper makes me impulsive. Let's try again.
This is glorious.
Okay, so he's moved to the medieval era, and I'm still in classical era. This is back, it's like I'm way behind on the tech race. And also, on top of that, with each new era, you get to choose a new civilization. So they get more powerful as they go. Now, I could keep the Morians into the next era, which will give you like a boost. But each new set of civs you can choose from are pretty powerful. So that's what's going on with that. And as we can see here, he's got a shit ton of luxuries that he's built up. So yeah, I can wait one turn. I don't need to spend resources on that, or influence on that. Alright, and then I would need 200 influence, which I should have that next turn. Okay, so we've got that. We're actually just going to add 2 more writers. I wonder how long it's going to take me to build 7 turns versus 1 turn. Yeah, I might just go with the speed build, because I do need to boost my numbers. If she attacks you, her PP is small, and she don't attack you. This is true. This is true. And I mean, honestly, her PP is occupied right now. The Aztecs moving in on her. Part of me wants to join a conflict, but I don't have the army right now to do that. A troubling truth has emerged regarding the great stable megapolis. See, I like the word metropolis because it just like rolls off the tongue easier. Megapolis, I'm not used to saying. Pataliputra. Many servants of the city's palace have been castrated at the command of the local ruler. These eunuchs are believed to be more loyal, and are said to play a number of roles from courtier to singer to guard. What is your view on this matter? Let's see. So, Empire forces flood the streets, reassuring the citizens but hindering industry. So we'll take a hit to production if we go with adopt. We could punish which will reduce stability by 5, but increase industry. Oh, it'll give us industry, but reduce stability, or we can accept, and we get no yields whatsoever. So, what that tells me is we can adopt. We can bring Unix into society. The Greeks ended a treaty. They downgraded your treaty. Only trade luxuries to forbid new trade. Okay. And
A proposal for you. Think on it.
This is pleasing. I am content to join together on this.
okay. So we
Of
got
course.
that.
For celebration.
I'm gonna hold off on proposing that because what I want to do is resettle here.
What do you want?
But we're on pretty bad terms with the Greeks.
We both give something, we both give nothing. Same outcome.
Still not enough.
Alright.
I am dying to see where this decision leads us.
See, but I'm not smart enough for this game and more games like pick up gun, or a gun, kill people and player. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. I'm not judging. Literally, when I was 15, I played one 4X game, Civilization Revolution, which is the easiest 4X game of all of them. It's like a simplified Civ. So I started with that, but I played real-time strategies like Command and Conquer, Tom Clancy's End War. But even those games are simpler than 4X games. 4X games are incredibly complex because every decision that you make has ramifications 50 to 100 turns down the road. And whereas a real-time strategy, you will win or lose in a matter of 30 minutes. Like if you make a bad choice 5 minutes in, you'll find out, 10 minutes later. Whereas in a 4X game, you can make a bad decision and not know it, and then it won't pan out to like 125 turns later, and at that point, you're like trying to pick up sticks. So I played a lot of shooting games when I was your age, for sure. And I still do, just not as much as I used to. I actually can't remember the last time I played a first-person shooter. It wasn't that long ago, but it was long ago enough for me to not remember. If that makes any sense at all. Oh no, I jumped the gun. I don't want you guys to go yet. We're waiting on one more horsey. Patience is a virtue regardless of how much it sucks. Indeed. Patience is required to achieve one's goal, as the meme says. Alright, we've got a full contingent here, and we're going to move you guys up. And then we scrap us some more Greeks, then it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so now we need to focus on fortifications. We can be attacked at any time. So I'd rather us be ready. The way that things are going. Don't worry, I'm not too well versed in understanding of things either. I just go for the best stats and income. Yep, it's literally the best strat. So like, if you look up here in the upper right hand corner of the screen where my mouse is, my cursor is, this is what you're focused on. You're focused on getting these numbers as high as possible. And if I pull up my cities and outposts, wrong menu. Where is it? I'm trying to look for my FIDI. FIDI. It's like a statistical map of everything your empire's doing in real time. So yeah, there's our science. You want to get this as high as possible. Influence is tied to civics, so you see them in two places, but there's your influence right there. You want to get this as high as possible. So yeah, like, more number good, unless you're talking about unit costs, in which you want those to get as low as possible. 8-bit, go in Genshin, claim Aloy. Already did it, my man. I'm a week ahead of you. And it was actually because of you that I did it. When you came into my stream last week, you told me about Aloy. And I'm like, oh snap, I gotta get Aloy. And then I went to get Aloy, and Genshin was like, sorry dude, you gotta be adventure rank 20. And so, I spent 4 days grinding to get to adventure rank 20. And now I have her. Now, Aloy is on the team. And she's fun, man. She's a lot of fun. She's good. Yeah, Becca. She is. She's really good. Like, her cryo grenade is like the perfect instigator. Like, you just run into a mob of enemies, just chuck that, and then you just do your thing. You just do your thing. Now you need to get to Inazuma. Yes, I do. Is there a way, like, can I just get there on the map, or do I have to, like, play through the story to get there? She and Sucrose is amazing. I'm not familiar with Sucrose, but I've heard a lot about Sucrose. So, what kind of class is a Sucrose? You have to do story. Ah, okay. I mean, the story's not bad though. I actually do like the story. I think it's pretty good. You get teleported there pretty much via boat. Ah, okay. Cool. So you take a boat to get there.
I'm on it.
I wanna meet the freaking lightning archon. Like, do we have to wait for that, or is that, you know? But it's like 40 hours of story. Oof. That's a real commitment, and I'm not gonna be able to speed run that. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I'll have to wait for Aloy, though I heard I could just create a new PSN using my Genshin email. Well, wait, like, they didn't give you Aloy, Dream Hunter? Because they should have. If you're at Adventure Rank 20, you should have gotten her for free. And if you didn't get her in the first wave, you should definitely get her in the second wave. At least that's what MiHoYo said, because I, like, read their little newsletter. Oh, it's not on PC. Got you. Becca, we have 8-bit with Ice Cube now. We're prepper for the school. Oh, you can get some items from the Paimon shop. True. Yeah, I didn't think about the Paimon shop. Not just her weapon, but her skills. Those husks are in the Paimon shop. Ah. It's only P5 right now. I think PC has to wait until next patch. Yeah, you know, usually PC's the one that's ahead. I'm surprised that PC well, actually, I'm not surprised, because Aloy and Sony, you know, like, Horizon Zero Dawn was a Sony exclusive, then it came to PC later. So, they're probably doing the same thing. Well, not probably, they are doing the same thing. PlayStation players get Aloy first, and then PC players. PlayStation gang. Yep, you already know. I have Yoimiya, so those cryo cubes are a joke now. True.
Let's go.
Yeah, because there's only like so many different skills, you know what I mean? Like, before characters start doing kind of the same stuff. Hot take. I think Amber is just the best character. Okay? And I say that as someone that has like none of a roster, but her freaking bunny that like aggro's enemies, and her fire element, or fire focus, like, it's, the DPS is just insane. Like, I can literally melt bosses
No mercy.
with her alone. Like, I just use everyone else for support to set her up so she can do her thing, you know? So, I think she's awesome.
Let's get it.
Theo can rule us level 60. Yeah, you know, I would like to see what a beefier Aloy would look like. Like, I still run with main character. I was talking to Dream the other day, and he was like, yeah, I haven't played with the main character like forever. I use her primarily. Like, I chose the girl as the main character. I like the main character's ability to attune to any element, right? So if you go, like, for example, if you go into, God, I forgot the name of the place, Liyue. You go into Liyue, the Geo Archon presides over Liyue, and you can attune to that Geo element and use the Geo attacks, which are super useful. Like, when I was fighting against higher level enemies that could, like, one-hit me, I would just use Geo to cheese them, basically, because Geo will cause, like, this, I don't know, this sphere-looking thing to come out of the ground, and it knocks them up in air, and it makes them confused. Or you could do the quick summon, in which you basically just drop, like, a meteor from the air, and you get splash damage, and it knocks the enemies down most of the time, unless they're like a tankier boss-like enemy. And you get free damage off that. So I think Geo's awesome. And I'm sure if you're running with what's his name? Zhang Li, is it? Then you don't need to use the main character because Zhang Li already has those abilities. Is he the Geo Archon, or is the Geo Archon just not known? Because I know you can get Venti, who is the Wind Archon, but I'm not sure if Zhang Li is the Geo Archon. Yeah, main character got replaced real fast. LOL. Got cut from the team. He was like, sorry, dude. You're getting cut, son. Oh, man. Yeah. And it makes sense. Like, you know, there's a lot of great characters that you get in drops that, you know, you really don't need main character anymore. I just like her fluidity, you know, her speed, and, you know, just the sword in general. I think it's a nice... I'm on it. Change of pace. Okay, so the Mayans now have control of my old territory. I'd rather them have it. I'd rather them have it than the Greeks, for sure.
You have my attention.
That's only 40.
So, tell me, shall we become closer?
My people will profit from this proposal. We accept.
Let there be revelry.
I'll see y'all. I gotta go out to my night. See y'all. Hey, take care, TSN. Thanks for coming by, brother. Yeah, I never used Geo Traveler for the longest time. LOL. Yeah, man. Geo Traveler is goated. I had to learn how to use it because when I first used it, I thought it just like only made you know, rocks come out of the ground. So I'm like, okay, do I use this to like get up on elevated, you know, ledges or things like that? But no, there's a combat use for it. You can insta summon it, you can channel it, and drop it on enemies. You just have to aim at them. Like, it's a really useful skill. Actually, a lot more useful than the wind skill. The wind skill is great for just DPS and like comboing elemental damage, but the Geo is just, it does damage, but it also protects you. Like, if an enemy is charging you, like, you know how some enemies, like with shields and shit, will charge you. If you just drop that Geo down, they can't punch through that. It just stops them, and then they're like, oh, what happened? And then, you know, I just switch to Amber and get the DPS rolling. But it's great. It's a great skill. I'm curious to see like what the other manifestations will be because there's 7 archons. So I'm just curious to see like what the main character will be able to do with them. But as far as it stands now, um, yeah, main character is pretty awesome. So like I'm satisfied with keeping her on my team for now. You know, as I get more characters that may change. You know, I think Lisa's great. Kaya is cool, but I don't like Kaya as much. Like as far as
Say it quickly.
you know, cryo heroes go, Aloy is definitely much better. Like I prefer her to Kaya in just about every way. I only used them when I was co-oping with peeps and we were just messing around. My early team was Sucrose, Barbara, Zinyan, and Bido. Yeah, Bido is goated. I love Bido. And I'm gonna like keep her in my first string because she is so good. Like she is pretty quick with the Claymore. She has that channel defense technique. That, you know, as she takes damage, she can like deal more damage back. And yeah, she's great. She's great. And she also has like a good
You caught me at.
she's got good lore.
I withdraw my demands.
Like when I went
This
to
make you
when I went to Liyue, I heard people talking about her. And it was just interesting to see, you know. Because you spend all of your time in the starting area and you know, people are just talking about like, you know, the dragon Windbreaker, whatever his name is called. I do not remember his name. But yeah. The Maya attacked one of your armies. Yes, the Mayans did do that. I would rather not though go to war.
Let us formalize our mutual appreciation.
Hey, but I'll send you Aloy stuff and give Predator anyone. Okay. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Yeah, and the Twitch Prime stuff is nice too. Like the drops that you get. 'Cause I got some EXP for Genshin from Twitch actually. I pretty much play elemental reactions only. Ah, okay. Carried me until I got Eula and finally got Zhongli. Okay. Yeah. Zhongli. I heard like amazing things about Zhongli. Yeah, I haven't tried Electro Traveler either. Kaya's good to have his burst in the background while another player uses another element. Ah, okay. So he's like good for combos. Okay. Yeah, because like his ice burst is good if you use it the way that Becca said use it. Like by itself, it's it's okay. It's alright. But if you use it to combo with another element, then it's great because it has a nice cone and it's fast traveling. You know, it's not. There's no chance that you miss it. Basically, is
This
what
is
I'm saying.
pleasing. I am content to join together on this.
Okay, so we got non-aggression pact,
Let there be revelry.
and oh, why is that still popping up? I already talked to her. Okay. So the next step is an alliance. An alliance would be extremely beneficial because that will help me with the Greeks and the Persians. Rhetoric research. As citizens congregate in public places, demagogues and others own the arts of persuasion, paving the way for more formalized instruction and entertainment. So, theater, library, and of course, the holy day. Alright, so let's get you guys back to Babylon. Because we were going to go up north and engage with the Greeks directly. I'm going to take a little peek-see. and just see who's in this territory. Because I can still probably get the war that I want. Progress. Oh, okay. Now I see. We might as well hit these last couple of attacks. Since you can't do any research until we get to the next era anyway. The Huns have reached the medieval area with the Mongols. Okay.
Do not waste my time.
Call this empire's bluff. The only options left will be to withdraw their demands, grant some 10 war support. Accept the other demands previously suspended and be reinstated. Grants me 20%. Okay. Hate-filled. They are positively seething with rage. Expect them to throw everything they have at you. Yeah. Diplomatic relations are broken down. I think it's a good idea for us to just get this party started. Because she is ahead of me as far as era is concerned. And I've been spending all of my influence, so that's why I haven't really been getting my influence like I wanted to. It probably was a mistake to go that route. I should have went like a different route because I'm not banking my stars. I'm like signing treaties and shit, and all of that costs.
Welcome. A friendly face is such a rarity.
And renounce.
Your behavior is far from perfect, but I am magnanimous.
Thank you for your most gracious support.
Now, of course, doing that would put us on a war fitting with the Persians. So I do need to be mindful of that. And the Maya has also forgiven the grievance as well. So
I have a proposal.
yeah.
This is pleasing. I am content to join together on this.
Okay, so now we've just signed a free trade agreement. So strategic resources are now open. Let's see what she has. What's her trade menu? Okay, so she only has silk because this is her only territory. We do not have silk, so let's see. But I only have 480 gold. Yeah, I need to like save that money. The Priest of Nature. The large number of farming districts has led to a blossoming of knowledge of plains for health, sustenance, and medicine. With the Empire at peace and stable enough to support such a move, never before has there been a better time to make official the status of your most learned brothers and sisters. Do you wish to found such a caste? So, Ferocious for 8 units for 10 turns, or Bountiful on 2 cities for 10. Yeah, we'll establish it. That will help us long term get that pop boost, because you do need pop. You need as much pop as you can get. As long as food allows for it, of course. Okay, so Aztecs and the Maya has just signed peace treaty, and we have 284 influence. So no, actually, they capitulated. So the Mayans wanted some independence. But they have Intan now.
So pleasing to see you.
But they're still vassals. I wonder if we can potentially... Because now we're back to previous status. Now granted, we weren't getting that much from her. As far as resources are concerned, we're more resource rich than she is. And I could even be richer, I just haven't exploited these particular spots. But
A pleasure to see you again.
let's see, the Aztecs are preventing...
What? I will not stand for this behavior. Unless it's worth it.
A most offensive outrage.
I'm going to head out now. See you, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Becca. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming for like another 15 minutes to a half hour. Because I want food. But, yeah. It's definitely good talking to you. You can add me on PSN. True, true. Is your PSN ID the same? Is it Boobeck on PSN ID? You know what? I'll reach out to you in Discord. I will get it from you in Discord. And oh, it is the same. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely add you for sure, for sure. You can show me the way. How to be a Genshin hero. I do need this copper, but I don't want to give this guy any money. Just DM me yours, otherwise I'll be like, who is this random? True. Okay. Yeah, I will DM. Yes, I have you on Genshin. Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking to Dream Hunter. Okay, yeah. I will DM you then. Absolutely. In fact, I can probably do that right now. Let's see. There we go. And there's my PSN ID. I haven't changed it to 8-bit Amethyst. Only reason is because PlayStation's like, well, you know, some online accounts may not, you know, work correctly if you change the name. So I didn't, but I do want to change it. So it's just like 8-bit Amethyst across the board. Oh, you saw it. Awesome. Great. Oh, so many decisions. No, I didn't. Oh, you did. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, no worries. I sent it to you on Discord. So when you have the time to check your DMs on Discord, you should see it. And if and when I change my name, I'll have to like... Well, actually I won't have to. It'll automatically update. So, all is well. All is well. Do we have a river? Do we have a river going through? Babylon doesn't... Actually... No, Babylon does not. Well, technically it does, because... Astrope. Take care, Becca. Thanks again. Yeah, we'll go for influence. I need to bank that anyway. So we also have a wonder to build. Let's build these warriors real quick. Map of the heavens. The Empire's achievements in the sciences are already a matter of great pride. Now, a bright, industrious woman hailing from the Empire's most renowned center of learning, Babylon, has presented you with an atlas of the heavens, dividing the stars into constellations. Their ruling nature, once the domain of the gods alone, now approaches human comprehension. How should it be used? Militarize or educate? Yeah, we'll go with educate. Long-term investment over short-term gain. Craftsmanship research. By progressing the myriad arts of culture from individual endeavors as skilled crafts executed with knowledge and training, true quality can flourish. Okay. Okay, we got our 3rd star, so we're done with science. And now it's a matter of just getting more gold. We need to destroy more military units to get that. And then, of course, our aesthetic stars are pretty low. Builder stars are pretty low too. Pop is at 23, but we can do more there. We can actually do more with builder.
With a first ship, you can protect your interests far from home. And maybe redefine what those interests are.
Alright, so let's go ahead, move our units up. We just need to get this aggression out of our system.
You have my attention.
Okay. So they've changed to condescending, but they are a vassal state, so we have to keep an eye on them, but at the same time, we don't need to worry. Alright, so we've attached Russell Gethy to Babylon. That costs us 105 influence. And Babylon itself is still very stable, so that's good. Your civilization benefits others from its proximity. Your civilization benefits from its proximity to others. Civics backlash. 1 more territories. Under the influence, you may be forced to change civics. It is possible to refuse this request, but city stability will be drastically reduced for a few turns if you do so. So, let's see. Can we look at it? So we chose Divine Mandate. And they want to change to natural right. They haven't really leaned heavy into religion, so foreign culture pushes your culture to change. Okay, so that's new. Proximity to other cultures will influence how you, you know.
Speak. I promise to pretend to listen.
You caught me at a bad moment. I withdraw my demands.
This is glorious.
Welcome. What do you seek?
War, then. Be under no illusions. We will fight to the end.
Come, do your worst.
You're at war. Humankind at war is won by forcing your opponent to surrender. In order to do so, you will need to play in a way that will bring your population's war support to 0. Same rules apply to you. The Empire's war support goes against an Empire goes down when losing a battle, a city, or being at war for too long. Conversely, war support against an Empire goes up when winning battles, capturing cities, or ransacking trade routes. Yeah, there was no other way this was going to end. But as you can see how like the AI is building, that's how I need to build. I'm actually like nerfing myself. Like they're building settlements all the way out from the city center. I have so much like empty territory that like still needs to be filled up. Customary laws, -50 on create output costs. No, we're gonna refuse that.
So, shall we have another little chat?
My demand for reparations was justified. Think carefully. You caught me at a bad moment. I withdraw my demands.
I may burst with pleasure.
Got you, Hyper. Yeah, Ensign's no longer under our control, so it kind of doesn't matter.
Fight! Come over here.
All is forgiven, whether or not it's forgotten.
No, this cannot be countenanced.
Like he wants me to be mad at him. But that's the Mayans' problems.
You have assimilated an independent people. Every culture, greater or lesser, is a building block in a civilization.
Yeah, he didn't like that. But screw him, because you pretty much forced my hand. So now we'll need to send an additional army to defend that point. Manda, thanks for the sub. How you doing today? How's the dissertation going? The big D. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. I saw your post. You were saying earlier this week you weren't feeling too well. Just the stress of writing up that dissertation, I imagine. Hope TJ is doing well also. It's Manda. The Manda. Just hanging out here with Dream Hunter. Becca and TSM were here earlier. They had to head out. Dissertation is going. Feeling still sick, but surviving. Think stress is making me very sick. Unfortunately, TJ is great too. Okay, well, it's good to hear. It's good to hear that at least we have a candidate for why you're feeling sick, a cause, if you will, just to stress the dissertation, which is another incentive to get it done and polished, so you can start feeling man deaf again. But trying to focus while you're feeling ill is the worst. It's the absolute worst. Alright, I think we're satisfied with that deployment. Yeah, stress-induced sickness sucks. Indeed. You find a statistician for your work yet? I saw the YouTuber Let's Game It Out play this game, and he always does his hilarious gameplays. Don't know if you've heard of him before. I haven't, but I'd like to check him out. Usually my strategy guy is Potato McWhiskey. He's a British dude, and he's like a savant at these kinds of games. Like, he's played Civilization on deity difficulty and speed runs it. So, like, if I want to learn about a game, I will watch him. But I'll check this guy out too. He sounds really interesting. Yes, I found some stats people to verify that I'm doing what's right. Thank you for asking. That is awesome. That is awesome. Because, like, you have to be perfect, you know. So, like, it just makes sense. BRB. No worries.
To battle.
Strike first, strike hard.
Let's go. Come over here. Forget that.
Nice, I was about to sacrifice myself as tribute, but it looks like I won't need to. Yeah. She was able to do it. Yeah, we don't have to damage.
Over this way.
Okay, got our next star. Alright. We took that L. They managed to capture our flag so we couldn't hold them off.
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe. And what will you do with this power?
Formalizing the rights, obligations, and responsibilities of citizens through laws or local administrators permits the application of long-distance political power through non-violent means. There's a enforcement tab. You didn't even have the opportunity.
Go!
This seems a little wonky though. Because I thought they would come in and reinforce, but we could just keep heading out. Okay, we already built one, so I can't reuse that. Let's see. That's a bit of a mismatch there.
For your family. Here we go.
We can take these guys off the table. Or not. You just literally butchered all three of them.
Right. Let's go.
You don't think we can do that? That can't be done like that.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Nice. That's some good shooting right there. Alright. We should still try to retreat. Lick our wounds. Because we lost one whole unit.
For the Empire!
Alright, that one was hard fought. So we need you guys to get up there and reinforce pass around like right away. I appreciate that, haha, but no need now. Linted, what's up? Oh, these emotes are so cute. Rue comp piece. Adore Waddle. Rue Waddle. I need those. I need those. Those are some really cute emotes. How you been, by the way, Linton? How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Let's see, what are they pushing me to do? Enact open-minded? Yeah. I have homework this night and I should not have put it off. Wish me luck. Okay, best of luck to you, Linton. Yeah, 11th-hour homework assignments are something that I'm all too familiar with. Literally, all too familiar with those. Best of luck indeed. I'm doing work too. Good luck. Well, I'm glad I can provide some levity to your Sundays. As I'm gonna have some food soon and get caught up with the race that happened today. I need to do some work myself. I need to study. The language of bureaucracy. With multiple cultures and peoples, the empire finds itself linguistically fragmented. Some in far-flung regions complain that their concerns and grievances cannot be fully understood by their distant masters. Administration from the capital is difficult when some regions speak other languages. Should we force all administrators across the land to speak a common tongue? New language will be created from all our empire's cultures, will be expensive but expiring. Okay. We can do that. And then everyone feels included. Alright. You guys can heal.
What do you want?
Okay. Their war support is higher. It was higher going into the war. So we have to just deliver some more dubs.
Yes,
The Walking Wounded. During a recent brutal battle, many soldiers suffered horrific, life-changing injuries before returning to Passaron. For some, their whole character has changed, becoming aggressive, demented, or unable to bear others' presence. Others suffer physical wounds, some force use crutches or carts to move around. Among the citizens, fear mixes with admiration as they spy them on the streets. Your lead will be vital. How do you welcome your crippled soldiers? These men and women are heroes who celebrate their great sacrifice, so that will add stability to Passaron. Or we can go with patriotic, which will affect the entire industry. These brave soldiers might not fight again, but they can still be useful tools by inciting military feeling. Patriotic. Let's go with patriotism. We'll borrow a page from the Bush administration. Alright, they've joined up and they're healing. Isn't that what you say all the time? It's true. Linted, that's, you know, Linted's always like, my tires are gone, I can't finish. The wages of war. The ongoing war is a draining experience for the Empire. Your many armies fighting across the land, costing you capital, resources, and of course blood. The question of funding these endeavors should be addressed. On army, plundered wages, plus 50% money for ransacking, plus 4 combat strength bonus when ransacking. Or paid wages, stability on city that you occupy, 5 stability on garrison. So I can't choose either one right now because I don't have the influence. Why you guys let me put off my homework?
5 farmers' quarters.
True. We're bad friends. We should have
Somebody's
stayed
going
on
down
you.
in history with the title of the Satiated.
We'll wait.
Okay. Bassaron should be better defended now. Alright, so Babylon. I'm getting +7. Where should we put our garrison? We should build it way out here. Alright, that's plenty of stuff to build. Gotta keep Babylon busy for a while. And if we go here, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Because that literally gives me no benefits because I'm not building any new outposts. So I'll have to just take the hit. Like whatever that is. You've earned 7 arrow stars and may now choose a new culture for the next era. Evolve your civilization with a culture for the next era. Alright. Culture affinity. So, Byzantine Empire. Let markets enrich us and antiquities enlighten us. Or, I could get at Transcendence. Changing era without changing culture is called Transcendence. You keep your current affinity in the emblematic district, and reflect the prestige of such a move on the world stage. Every future fame bonus is granted a significant boost. This boost is cumulative too, and will grow if you keep transcending. Okay, so we have the Franks. Teutons, Khmer, English, Norsemen. Yeah, let's transcend. An additional fame game bonus multiplier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance again.
Alright, still a vassal state, but they like us. Alright. So we just dropped a culture bomb.
Off we go.
Let's go.
Go this way.
Over this way.
Keep moving.
Yes.
Alright, I'm satisfied with this deployment.
Don't fall behind.
Wisdom and technical innovation from earlier eras bring humankind new knowledge, and we immediately use it to find new ways to kill each other off.
Yep.
Greater empires build more powerful armies, but brute strength may be defeated by superior innovations. It is brains versus brawn, with ever richer cities as tempting spoils for the victor. Looking for ideas? How about science and elephants? I'd say the Mauryan's had a couple of good ones there.
Alright, so we've reached the medieval era. We've done a transcendent, so we should get a nice little boost from any fame we do receive. So goals are pretty much the same. We have a new set of technologies to research as well. So yeah, let's get to work.
Do not waste my time.
Okay, so our war support is lower than theirs, but we're closing the gap. I'd say we've been about pretty even actually, but I need like 1 or 2 big wins to turn this around. Because I would like to make an ally out of the Ghanans, but you know, just the beef is too it's just too much beef right now. Like there's no way that we're gonna be able to ignore this. Since we've got an ongoing battle, let's go ahead and offer reinforcements.
Let's go! Let's go!
Cavalry is here, friends. Cavalry is here. But you would get creamed if you tried that.
Charge! Let's fire!
All right, brilliant.
So, shall we have another little chat?
Yeah, we could make that demand from them, but they're literally about to move into the industrial era. They're an era ahead of us, so.
I don't hold grudges. If I was angry, you would know.
But war support is pretty high. Alright, new era just opened up, so we're going to invest in the next generation of tech. And go into feudalism now. We don't have any iron, so right now investing in those military units is just a waste. Because we just don't have iron for anything. So we'll just have to invest in all the top bar stuff until we can secure some iron. Now, these guys up here have it. They have iron. But we have to try to find a way to get that resource. I mean, we could take it by force. They border with us, but we're on good terms right now. I would rather not do that. Instead, I would rather, you know, assimilate them. But we'll see. All right, so now they're Poland.
A delight to see you again.
Alright, so we're pretty much equal.
Hello. It's so amusing to hear from you.
There's really nothing we need to do here. And we're pretty good. We're pretty good. You just need to turn up the heat. Probably hit them on their flank here. Okay, so they've got another army on the way, so we can actually wait them out. Knowing her, she'll try again. Alright, in the meantime, we need to focus on food and production because we can. Let's see here. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so let's see. We're sitting on 807 influence. I'm going to continue to bank that. Okay, yeah, that's heads up marker to communicate with allies And if you're playing co-op multiplayer, you can communicate with your friends that way as well. Something that Amplitude games always had. But yeah, so these guys need to heal. I don't know why they're not healing. And you guys can sit tight. So I'm thinking what we can do is send an army from the south and an army from the east. And we converge here on these two locations, ransack them. And maybe get a cap to seat that territory. As far as our war support,
You have a nerve showing your face.
we're on equal footing, so I've closed the gap. I just have to like stay on it. The great coastal city of Babylon sends fishing crews far up and down the surrounding coastline. Now one of the new crews has made a startling discovery. Wreckage of an ancient galley lying well preserved in shallow waters. After brief scouting, an experienced diver offers to explore with their gang, promises a fixed payout for the Empire. They warn that the expedition isn't for the inexperienced, but it's your choice. So we can use our military, we can sign a contract, or we can just get 25% boon on faith. We'll pay the contract, see what they can find. All right. Need an additional horsey. All right. We can go ahead and get these guys going. Of course, they can only go as far as the foot soldiers are able to travel. An all horse unit is a lot faster. Yeah, Rasagath has their... Oh, it's dropped down to 22.
Approaches.
We need to keep that up. I know what could help us do that. We need to keep those guys on the defensive.
Alright.
We'll just cordon off their army here, score some quick kills, and you know, keep that war drum banging. Alright, so basically injured units need a way to route out. So we'll place unit back, have you rotate to the right. else. And go into defensive.
Come over here. Off we go.
Let's get him!
Alright. Doubtful that they'll be able to break out, but it's entirely possible that they will do that. Because their hoplites are able to do a ton of damage. Yeah, we're capping their flag right now.
Let's go.
Not in this world.
Yeah, he's out of boost. Oh, they're getting huge boosts. They're getting huge boosts. Somehow. They may have some civics that are supporting them because
Go this way.
we literally kicked their asses. Okay, so Paul's downgraded the treaty, which is never a good sign.
Keep moving. Only in the mind's eye. To battle.
Here we go.
Charge!
Alright. So we got ourselves a winning combination. We need to get you moved in this territory, get you healed up. So close to a war victory.
Do not waste my time.
Alright, so we've assimilated them and we have iron now connected to our networks. First things first is we're gonna build crossbowmen and start working on building up our influence, and then we're gonna build those palisades, and then a watchtower. And since we have iron connected to our network, we're going to need to modernize our military. Which sounds so odd because we literally just got done fighting with arrows and spears. So it might take you aback to hear that, but bear with me. We are modern by game standards in the medieval era. So this is all a chain of Napata. So if anything, I can cut her territories off one by one, or I can go for the throat, take Napata. Now our capital is Kerma, but Napata is all of this territory. It's massive. Babylon is pretty big, but well, I think they're about the same size. Babylon and Napata are about the same size. But thing is, Babylon's my capital. Napata is not her capital, and it's that big. Alrighty. So, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, we picked up some chariots. They've got a movement speed of how much? 6 tiles? Okay. So we can actually just leave them alone. And we'll have them start pushing into Greek territory, because we want to win this war. We need to win this war. This is a this is part of my grand strategy, because I want the Greeks as a friend, because the Persians are going to be the group to beat. Now granted, the Persians' stronghold isn't even on this continent. They're here. They're located here. So if anything, we could you know, push him off the map. But he's got the technological advantage, so unless we're attacking him with like shocking and overwhelming force, it ain't happening. We're not gonna be able to stop him. So with that being said, they're full health. We can go ahead and have them join this unit. And these guys still need more time to lick their wounds. And I've also got warriors moving to protect them. And then you guys can hold the city. Okay. Rumblings of mutiny. That's last thing that we needed. So we'll just finish building that garrison. Yeah, our war sport's falling super fast compared to theirs, you know.
Over there. Let's go. Right.
Okay. Babylonians polytheism. First tenant available. Give alms, observe fast, yield to none. A blossoming of beliefs. Religious feeling is strong across the empire, but that is not preventing discord from emerging from among the faithful. Great cities are finding themselves under the sway of diverse religious leaders who each see the standard creed with different eyes. New religious orders are emerging every year, and their influence is growing. What should you do with these groups? Dissolve. We are one faith. We should not allow a fracturing of our religion. Influence. Each citizen must find their own way to the divine. We should be tolerant of religious interpretation. So that gives us half. It gives us 5 points of faith. And then this is 25% of whatever our total amount is, which I'm pretty sure will be more than what we generate here. And Fanatical gives us 25 faith for 10 turns. So this does the same. Lead. As world leaders of the faith, it is our duty to strengthen it and keep it pure. So we got a decision to make here. We just get 5 points, but we're not close to our next, So it probably would be better for us to get ahead of this thing. Alright, they're fully healed. And look who has arrived to meet us. Alright, so
Let's go.
the horses, we'll put cavalry up front.
Over this way.
Horses will keep to the right. They're scouts. They're really vulnerable against the Greek units, so they're not going to be much help to us. However, we do need them to protect our artillery. So we don't want them to be too far away. In fact, why don't we line them up alongside the cavalry? Because if they need to retreat, they can. Alright. 2 chariots up front. Got our warriors here in the rear echelon. And then we have our artillery. Yeah, that looks good. Now, warriors should not deploy there because of the problem of getting them across that hill. They have lower movement speed. So we're gonna swap places here. That way the chariots have a straight shot. But these guys may need to retreat, so we're gonna leave an open lane for them to retreat and fall back. And then we'll just push up here. Alright. End deployment. Alright, so they've hunkered down as expected. We'll soften up their rear flanks, kill them with bug bites, basically. Alright, so they'll tear into our chariots if we hit the hoplites like that. That's what those shields are for, though. That's what makes them so threatening. But we can take this hit. We can eat that. And and we'll have them defend. So the only way they can come down and attack is through here. So we're going to have our warriors defend. So they have to get through the warriors at the bottom to even be able to attack. So it's clever. It's clever how they set themselves up, but it's also detrimental at the same time because they don't really have a place to escape if they need to retreat. Alright, then everybody else get into defense mode. Alright, we lost one unit. And as expected, they use the rears to attack. But they're not in defense mode anymore, so they'll be more vulnerable to ranged attack. In the way the terrain's set up, like you can't really hit them. Okay, defense mode. Alright, he took the bait. So we go ahead, pick these guys off. Should be able to just steamroll. Could probably use the scouts. Nope, they'll still do 100% damage. Scouts cannot fight these guys. But they'll do some damage. It'll literally just be sacrificing unit though. It's not worth losing an entire unit for just that little bit of damage. Alright.
Come on!
Alright, that was a double KO. Alright, so now, as usual, go into defense and try to wait him out. Alright, that's a done deal.
For the Empire!
Alright, we can go for the flat cap.
No fear.
Alright, so lost 5 units, they lost 3 units. So, kind of a Pyrrhic victory. But good news is that we
No fear.
will be able to ransack this tile. That's the good news. So, there's really nothing we can do because the war just ended. We're gonna go ahead and have to just let everyone breathe. Do a quick save. Alright, so they're full health. What we probably need... Pikemen could be useful, for sure. I'll think about that. We don't want to waste too much time. So this force here is pretty strong. And we'll need a couple turns to finish ransacking. I don't know what the current status of her army is. And how quick she'd be able to react to what we're doing. But we've lost more units, but we've won the majority of the battles. Feudalism research. While warriors become vassals of overlords, gaining estates of land in exchange for military service, the peasantry works these lands, gaining protection in return.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only your friends know of the extensive wine cellar.
Because you're a grown ass lint. Too funny. Too funny. That's solid lint, man. Solid lint. There's few pleasures in life. Other than, you know, you finish drying your clothes and you pull out that filter and all of the lint just is nice and warm and collected. And you peel it. It's just one of the most relaxing things you can ever do. Okay, ransack is complete. We have done it. Oh, look, we have, okay. Now I see. She was smart. She's going for the knockout punch. That's what she's trying to do. Trying to get us at our capital. But we have prepared for this eventuality. You're gonna need more than 2 units, unless these are like Spartan warriors. You're gonna need more than 2 units to take us. So the shortest route would be there in 3 turns. So we got 106 gold from that. And go ahead and get in defense mode because she's on her way. That emote. It's so good. It's so good. I love that emote, man. The great city of Pataliputra is bursting at the seams. Countless souls press within the city's tight borders. In the dense, squalid quarters, cases of madness are on the rise. Religious leaders contend that demonic forces are behind the afflictions, while the philosophers argue for natural causes. Both are strong voices in the empire with competing solutions. What is your response? So we can boost science 15% by studying for 10 turns. We can boost faith, or we can just pay 100 gold and just take their money. So let's not do that. Let's invest in the sciences. I think Mandef would be pleased with that. Ransack successful. Okay, so now that's another 106 gold added to the coffers. But we shouldn't let this take us off of our rhythm, you know. So let's see how we want to reorganize our army. We got 2 units coming in from the north. Huh. Looks like she retreated. Maybe she didn't know how to fortify the capital for science. Yes, we can all gasm for science. We can all gasm for science. Okay. We all gasm for science. Okay, crossbowman's gonna be coming. Movement speed is 4. Yeah, 4 tiles per turn. I can live with that. You know, I'm an OG Civ player where melee units have 2 movement per turn. And, yeah. It's a nice change of pace, for sure. The game feels faster, even if it isn't. There's just so much energy in the chat right now. So much sexual energy. I love it. I knew that science would be the thing to get everyone off. Get everyone's engines running.
Alert and watching.
Yes, yes, be alert. Do watch. Alright. We need to make some changes. The scout riders need to be in their own
Keep moving.
unit because they're useful, but largely powerless against the Greeks. So we can transfer you here to that unit. The crossbowmen can transfer as well. And then you guys will just keep doing your scouting thing. As we can send them deep into enemy territory and just see what the heck's going on over there. So, we pull up.
I warn you, do not deceive me.
Yeah, their war support keeps going up even though we're like beating them. But I don't think there's anything we can do to beat back the tide. Because our war support just drains too fast. It must be science and this music combined. Yes, very true. Very true. This game has an excellent soundtrack. You know, I really do love the Civ soundtracks. I think the Civ soundtracks are really well done. Especially all the ones since 4. So Brave New World is probably one of my favorites. Brave New World, the Civilization Beyond the Earth soundtrack, and the Rising Tide soundtrack were amazing. I love those. And I don't know, I may play Beyond Earth again. I kind of miss that game. All the Civ fans hated it because it could have been so much better. But I really like the futuristic aesthetic and the narrative-driven gameplay, which they took a page from Amplitude, actually. So a lot of people give Amplitude shit for making a quote-unquote Civ clone. This isn't a Civ clone. It's its own game. It's got its own style, its own flavor. And Beyond Earth, when they did that, that was borrowed from Amplitude. But no one came out and said, "Oh, you're making a endless space clone or something like that." Because I mean, you were just stuck on one planet. But it's nice to see game studios borrow from each other and iterate and build something great. That's like when it comes to gaming, I'm pretty liberal when it comes to IPs because it just makes the genre better, as a whole. Okay, so I had to pay all these reparations and we gone broke because my people gave up. They surrendered. So, yeah. We pretty much, we just lost all of that territory. So we'll have to get it back somehow. But can't really do that with, the people saying, "Oh, we don't want to fight anymore."
Do not waste my time.
So we have two options. Option number one, we just continue down this road. I mean, pretty much at this point, with like my population being severely cut, there isn't a winning strategy from here. So like we needed to win that war and we didn't. So not much you can do about that. But if we were to ally with the Greeks, we could potentially build enough era score to still be competitive into the late game. But yeah, at this point, it's kind of a wash, I think. But you learn, and you just reiterate. So, like, for example, I should have built more, like tiles and stuff around this area. Because I noticed this is what the AI does. So the AI will just build districts like everywhere. It doesn't even have to make any like sense. They just build. Because, each district offers yield. And so, me with Civ Brain, like there's certain districts or like land masses that you want to leave open. Because in Civ, like once you build a district, you can't replace it. In this game, you can. You can replace a district with anything. So like, it's just like switching gears, mental gears. Shifting mental gears in your head, and understand that you are playing a different game, and you can do different things that you're free to do. But yeah. With that being said, I'm hungry. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I need to get some food. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me for as long as you have. It's been over 3 hours. I normally stream 3 hours, but we went 3.5 hours today because, Forex games, they're addicting. They pull you in, and you can't get away from them. So as far as next time, I downloaded No Man's Sky, may stream that. I have to learn it again. I don't feel comfortable streaming it when I don't know jack shit about what I'm doing because I haven't played it in 3 years. So I have to relearn everything. And then of course, Mass Effect. I haven't forgotten about Mass Effect. I will eventually go back. But yeah, I think that's all for now. Need to get some food and watch the events of Monza. I hear it's gonna be pretty fun. A lot of drama. But with that being said, take care everyone, and see you next time.